Be the change. Be the change. If you're one of those people who feel like there should be more to life, like there should be more to like what I can do, what my life looks like, there should be more to life. Indeed, I don't feel so complete. I don't feel so satisfied. I feel like there would be more to life than this. I have a suspicion, maybe, if you're one of those people who has a suspicion that there might be more to life than what you are currently experiencing, then I would say congratulations. That might be the very first step of your awakening. Because yes, indeed, there is much more to life than to be nervous, anxious, sad, all that stuff. So, Great Spirit, Father God, Mother God, Higher Power, what is the overall for this message here today? Cross the bridge of happiness. Cross the bridge of happiness. It leads over the depth of your emotions. Happiness. Happiness, happiness, happiness. I know I experienced a lot of different happinesses in life. I experienced when something happens that I expected or I hoped for, then it would make me happy for a little while, maybe like the initial, I don't know, the initial joy that you get when you get something, and then you have to start making the payments, or like the initial joy when you meet somebody and then it's great, and then they get codependent or they latch onto you, and then you have to get your situation in control again. And there's different types of happiness. What I do find though that is very different is I learned a lot about sadness and depression from when I was little, and so I knew that there had to be an opposite, that there had to be something else. If it's possible to be this sad, then it must be possible also to be so happy. And so that was my child analogy, and so I went looking for the smile, the real smile, not the one that you just plant up on your face, but the one that is actually starting from within. And what I have discovered is that you have it available at all times. I had it available and I still have it available at all times. That joy from within. And the only thing that you have to do to find it is to quiet the mind. And there it is. Once you quiet the mind, the joy just arises from within. Someone is not wanting to make a choice, or reluctant to take off on a journey, reluctant to take off on it. So in our world, like where we have been stifled for so long with how we're supposed to feel, we're technically don't feel too much, just just do things, just do it. And we've been instructed very differently from what we have experienced, our culture, who raised us, who have influenced us in our life and all that stuff. And so being reluctant to set out on a new journey or to try something new might be one of the things that is going to be beneficial for you to work on. And then we have the Eight of Cups, which is making a decision. Okay, so you look around in your life and you might be like one of those people who feel like there is something missing. I'm not quite satisfied with what I see in my life when it comes to people, places, and things. And I'm not quite satisfied with it. And so there is a decision that is being made in regards to the heart. And maybe someone is rather taking chance on the heart than the passion or the professional projects, which is also a choice to make, which is perfectly fine either way. Whichever one suits you is going to be right for you. And we're all different. So whatever suits you might not suit me, and that's okay. And whatever suits me might not suit you, and that's okay too. And so we got someone walking away from something to find something new. And by doing that, by being courageous and breaking out of our old habits, breaking out of our old ways of doing things, figuring out, okay, so now I've been in this routine for a while, and now I need to change it up somehow. How can I change it up somehow without jeopardizing everything or making same mistakes as I've done before? How can I move forward in my life and reach for the place where you have soul connections, where you open up your heart and invite in this beautiful, beautiful soul connection? A romantic love, it can be partnership, it can even be proposal or marriage with the Two of Cups showing up, and or a deepening of the connection that you already have. Walking away from something can also be like, maybe there is a certain pattern that you've had with you in the relationship for years, and it's always been annoying, or it's always got on your nerve a little bit, or whatever, and then you decide to look at it, closing those eyes, taking a deep breath, acknowledging the energy within our body, and our toes, and our fingers, top of our head, in the chest, hips, shoulders, out in the arms, down through the torso, down through the legs. That's one entrance into the now, into the power of now, where you won't be thinking, you'll just be. And when you're being in that state is where the answers is going to come to you. So if you're not sure what to do, you're not sure how to make the choice, you're not sure what to choose, then you center yourself, find your present moment, and allow the answer to come to you. Is beneficial. Someone wants to work with you. Someone has been observing you. Someone has been observing you, and someone wants to come in and work with you. Create something with you. It can be create a home together. It can be create a profession together. It can be create a solid foundation together. It can be starting a business together. It can be spending more time together, talking with one another, doing fun things together. So if you are single and you are ready to see if you can find someone, then, or maybe you went out there already, it looks like here, you went out there looking for the happiness, and looking for the happiness is so in someone else can be a trick. Like when you look for happiness to be brought to you by someone else, then it's going to be very dependent on this, whatever this someone else is doing. And so it's better to find the present moment, you find the enjoyment, you find the happiness, you find that from within, and then you already have it. So whenever this soul connection comes to you, then you can share what you already have with them. You don't have to take from them. You don't have to be an energy vampire, suck them dry, because you didn't take care of your own tank, your own happiness tank first. And so you suck them dry, which we don't want to do that. We want to take care of our own, so that you can hold yourself and you can stand in your own energy. You can stand in your own power. And when you stand in your own power, it comes from within. And there you are. Now you're going to attract this beautiful, beautiful love connection easily to yourself. If you're in a romantic situation where you feel like life is complicated or the situation is complicated, then the message from Spirit today is that don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. And don't be afraid when you stand up for yourself that even if other people come in and they want your attention, or they want your time, or they want your energy, you have the right to say, no, thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. If you wanted to rather stand up on your own and stand up for yourself and stand up on your own, that's okay too. You don't have to go into a relationship unless you really want to. And when you really want to, because you feel whole yourself, now you want to share yourself with someone else, the relationship is going to be different and it won't be that complicated. So Spirit is saying, just stand up for what you feel, stand up for what you believe in, stand up for how you want your life, what your expectations are, what your experiences, and just don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Ask for guidance. Dear Spirit, I'm here on my own. I'm not sure quite how to stand up for myself. Can you show me what it looks like or how I feel when I stand up for myself? And you ask about these things, and then it will be shown to you through people, places, and things. It can be through a movie. Maybe they just made a move in that movie that would be showing you how to stand up for yourself. Or maybe someone around you did that. Or maybe you read an article that popped up in your phone or in wherever you are watching on your computer, and then it's popping up like how to stand up for yourself. And then once you do that, you're going to be able to attract in an equal partner, not one that is going to be needy, clingy, or insecure attachments, or codependency. You're going to be able to more, when you start the process, if you're looking for someone, or if it's complicated, you can't figure it out, it's confusing, then all you have to do first is just stand up for yourself first. Figure out, who are you? Like, stand up for yourself. And then you find your own power. Now you'll be able to attract in what you want to attract in. And if you are one of those lucky people who have found a good connection, and if you are one of those lucky people who have already found someone that you are loving to spend your time and your energy with, Spirit is saying that you both have a very solid, beautiful foundation, and you have created a space around the two of you where you have found safety, security, love, compassion, caring, and just a good, solid foundation to build on. And also, here's an encouragement to go out there and do some higher learning or pursue cause so pursue a higher learning, take a leadership in regards to work. This is a message from Spirit here that someone is being called to higher learning, to step up and level up. Someone's being called to level up and maybe abandon, like, not abandon it, but to not be afraid of being a leader. To be a leader, sometimes you have to take a step back from the people that you are leading, and you can't really hang out with them on your own time, on your free time. It's just difficult if you become too friendly with people. Now you have to tell them no, or now you have to tell them this or that. So to become too friendly or personal with the people that you are leading can create problems for you as a leader. It make it more difficult to make the right choices sometimes. But in regards to work, someone is definitely being called to stand up and for what they believe in. King of Wands is here. So it's a call to stand up with passion and to show passion and have passion and compassion. Being excited, being pulled or pushed, like being driven by something greater than yourself. Having a cause that is greater than this yourself, like the Hierophant, like the Pope of the Tarot. Having a cause that is for the betterment for many, not just for myself. Like, if I got this done, then it would be good for me. It would suck for all of you, but I would be fine, so I'm going to do that anyway. Not that kind of leader. More that kind of leader that, okay, so I know I can handle it, so not going to be a martyr either, but you would rather be a leader who would rather take the blunt, to take the loss for the betterment for all of the others. And now you have a mindset that is less about yourself, more about your higher calling, more about the bigger picture. And so this is someone being called to do that, because you already have qualities of like the King of Wands. King of Wands showing up with like anytime you want to be, if you want to be a king, everybody want to be a king or a queen. And then they think, yeah, just put that thing on my head. I put some clothes on. I get my manicure and now I'm a queen. Well, yeah, maybe. Maybe some kind of queen. I don't know. But if you want to embody the empowerment or like the qualities of a queen, you have to have been through all the stages of learning to grow as a human. From just being like a child or a page or just at the beginning of something. And now you have to like level up. And when you level up, you learn to take a step back from the big picture. See the big picture. Okay, this is my big picture. This is what I have to lead. So within these frames is where I'm going to be leading. You take a step back and then you look at all the different parts and things that are moving. And so that you can see, okay, what do we need to do here to make efficient result? Because this is what I'm leading. This is what we want to achieve. How can we best do that and get the great results? And so learning to see the bigger picture, having faith in people too, and not going at it all on your own. But also having faith in the power of people and the power of communication, and the power of 3 heads being better than 1 head. Now you have 3 potential idea pots that you can take from instead of just one place to gather everything. And to also find your circle of support, so that when you have the support system, when you have support in the base of yourself, it is easier to go ahead and do things that might require courage, to do things that might require you to be extra brave, to step out of your comfort zone, to do things that you haven't done before, to challenge the status quo within yourself. Like, I'm sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, so I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to find that freaking bridge. Where's the freaking bridge to happiness? And I'm going to find it, and I'm going to walk over it, and then I'm going to be a happy camper here on planet Earth while I'm here on planet Earth. And this doesn't have anything to do with your age. It doesn't have anything to do with where you grew up, where you used to live, what happened before. This has nothing to do with that. You want to find that freaking bridge of happiness, and you want to cross it. And the way to find that freaking bridge of happiness is to sit your ass down, sit down, close them eyes, and then you can get to know your beautiful self. The real beautiful self. And it's a beautiful journey. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. In regards to like shadow work, in regards to dealing with the things that are below the surface that we do not see, sometimes clarity, sometimes cutting out some stuff. Cutting out some stuff out of our life to be able to open up for something new. Like when you cry, like it's like watering the plants, and like you allow this energy to come out, and then you open up space within yourself so that you now can feel something new, where those tears used to be, like now that sadness used to be, now you open it up. Now you can put in some happiness there instead. And you can do stuff like that. And so working on finding clarity too. Finding clarity, not being confusion. Find the clarity in your confusion, like narrow it down Sit down, find, confusion is a good thing. Like when you're confused, at least you're not in the same old track before, the same old thing before. Now you're confused, now you stirred up something. So now there's something pressing on what you thought you already knew. I thought I already had the answer, now I'm confused, I don't know what to do. And so you look for that clarity. You look for the clarity of mind. And when you find that clarity of mind, it is easier to make things fall into place. Being overly emotional, overly compassionate, overly emotional, overly giving, overly kind, overly nice, over everything all the time, over the top, over the top, over the top. It's exhausting. It is not balanced. It leaves, when we do that, it leaves us open to being taken advantage of. It opens us up to energy vampires coming in, just taking. And you, with your kind heart and your compassion, you keep giving and giving and giving and giving. And the energy vampire, they come over and they suck you dry. And then eventually you don't have any more to give. They suck out all of your energy. And your kind heart, your compassionate heart, the kindness, below it, sometimes maybe there is guilt. Oftentimes, maybe like, if you didn't do that, like, how can you claim to even be a person at all? Like, if you don't do that for us, for me. Like, if you don't do that for me, if you don't do that, how can you even do that? Why would you even do something like that? And if you have that going on a lot, then the guilt, closing your eyes, say, hello, guilt. You know, guilt, I understand that you're a great measurer of like right and wrong and internal GPS on how, like, maybe I need to make amends if I feel really guilty because I did something. Maybe I'll have to make amends and forgive and do stuff like that. Or if I feel very guilty, then I can go in there, I can check on the guilt and see, is this guilt even mine to carry? Does it even have anything to do with reality? Or was it just like a manipulation technique that they like to use on me before because they made me do everything for them? So, and it goes in family situations, it goes in organizations, it goes in many ways. The guilt is being generously spread out there a little bit, the guilt, to have people do the bidding. So sometimes the best shadow work that you can do is to take a good look at and see, where do you feel guilt? Where do you feel guilty? Why do you feel guilty for it? Is there a story behind there that you used to believe in that you didn't know that you had in your system anymore? If there is, you can find it. And once you find it, the guilt will disappear with the story. Yep, and even with like the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. So clarity of mind. Even like the King of Cups, if you're going to be embodying like the king energy and be like on your throne, you're going to be the king of the emotions, of compassion. You have to also be able to set boundaries. Set boundaries and uphold them and be like, nope, this is the boundaries, or these are the things, and so we're going to stay within that. And once you can be able to hold your boundaries, you're going to keep yourself safe, and also other people know where your boundaries are, so you're going to keep them safe too. And spirit advice is interesting. Okay, so speak out loud. Speak out loud. Spirit is saying, use your communication, use your words. And the star is showing up with hope and healing. So Spirit is advising you from this message today. The Spirit advice is going to be speak your mind with clarity, communicate the things that you want to say, and don't be afraid to use your mind, to use your strategy or your mind to, because the High Priestess is here too. The High Priestess is mute. So the High Priestess use her intuition. Maybe she'll more read in between the lines. Maybe this is someone who so if you are mostly the High Priestess, you most of the time you read between the lines and you have silent communication with people. And if that's the case, then Spirit is asking you to sit down for a little bit to meditate, find your words, open up the heart chakra, no, the throat chakra, and of course also the heart chakra, but the throat chakra, open it up so you can communicate clearly, you can communicate easily with the people around you, so that you can, yes, you observe and you see the things that you do, and you also know the benefits of meditation and quieting the mind, quieting yourself down, taking a moment, pausing. And this can also be the advice that if you always know what to say, you always know how to communicate, and there's never a lack of words when you do anything. And so being strategic and intentional in your leadership style, then Spirit might be asking you to also learn how to use your intuition. Like learn how to zip it up sometimes, get quiet, observing with your eyes, your ears, your senses, your feelings. So there you are, sitting in the space. People come into the room, you're still sitting in your space, you're still quiet in the mind. People come into the room, now you can observe. You can be with them energetically, you can be with them emotionally, you can be with them mentally. And so learning to not only be a good communicator, but also be a good listener, so that you can hear what other people are saying before you reply to them, respond to them. And to take out meditation, take time to quiet your mind, take time to quiet your, take time to quiet the mind and quiet down. In life, it's so freaking busy, life here on planet Earth. It is just so busy. People walking around with 2 or 3 jobs, and they do just a whole lot of things a lot of times. So quieting the mind, find just a little space in your house. Like my friend, she has her little Great Spirit nook, or the Holy Ghost nook, and she created a little space where she can sit with her meditations, with her connections to the divine. And so she created this little nook. It's outside of her property, and she just found a place outside there where she could connect nicely. And I thought that was a great idea. It's like having a prayer closet, or you have a space, your sacred space in your house, where whenever you go in there, what happens there is then you can calm yourself, you find your center, and you can bring yourself into the moment. And so to find a space like that and to take time to yourself is going to be very beneficial, not just for yourself, but for every single person in the life that you're living, every single person that you interact with in your life. It's going to be beneficial for them too. So courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And you know, there's nothing wrong with being a people pleaser or being too kind or too compassionate and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just takes all of your energy, and it takes a lot of effort, and also it's diminishing your self-worth, what you are worth, and it's diminishing the balance of relationships. And so to find better balance, to find better footing for yourself, it might be beneficial to figure out a way to be more evenly balanced in the give and the take. Esther and Abraham Hicks says, the most important thing for you to acknowledge before you apply any of these processes is how you are feeling right now. And how would you like to feel right now? Cross the bridge of happiness, it leads to depth of your emotions. So you want to find a happiness. How do you feel right now? And how would you like to feel? What would you like to feel? At the beginning of each process, we indicate an emotional range. At the beginning of each process, we indicate an emotional range that we suggest for each one. Any other processes that fall within the emotional range that you believe you are feeling right now is a perfect place to begin. So however you feel right now, wherever your feelings are, that's perfect. That's exactly where you want to begin. And that's when you need the courage to believe in the hope and the healing so that you can cross the bridge of happiness. It's possible, absolutely possible. And the beautiful light in me honors, respects, and loves the same beautiful light in you. Until next time, namaste.